Hey, 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 hey. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed, like, hey. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss.
The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Saints and the Dolphins under the lights on Thursday night.
It's had many names, but only one NFL team over the years. We're at the home of the Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth. And here we are, Brock, final week of the preseason. One last tune-up for stars and starters. And, of course, the game where a lot of these great camp stories will clinch a spot on that Week 1 roster.
And I never tire of these great camp stories. And they come from all different backgrounds. Some are undrafted guys, some are vets with a restart on their career. But they use the preseason, in this game in particular, to springboard some momentum into the regular season.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And we're underway in prime time on Thursday Night Football. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. Before that, Oklahoma, it's Spencer Rattler.
You know, one thing I get a little tired of around draft time, Kate, is hearing all these people say, oh, he can make every throw. He can make every throw. Technically, sure. Every guy that's drafted can make every throw, but how special are those throws? How much accuracy? How much zip? When it comes to Spencer Rattler, dude's got a live arm. It isn't the arm or the skill set that saw him fall to the 5th round. It was some of the ups and downs in college. And when given a chance and the right supporting cast, he does have elite arm talent.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Rattler back to throw. His first throw is an interception. And he's gonna go. It's a pick 6. Just tried a little bit too hard to get that 3rd down conversion. Brock wanted so badly to keep that opening series going, and that one cost him.
Yeah, I think it's less, Kate, in this case about the throw and much more about crediting the defense who was ready and willing to be opportunistic. Not just knock that ball away,
Yeah.
They wanted to take advantage of that opportunity, and they jumped on it.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Boy, was it close, but the point after does go through. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. This New Orleans offense readied up for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the give, it's Miller. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Looking to throw, Rattler. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up 4th and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. One of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job.
The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. It could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Putting a receiver in motion. Tua off the play fake. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, I love that.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Out of the shotgun, a give to A.J. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Achane again on 2nd. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. And they send a man in motion. Throwing on 3rd, Tagovailoa. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Trying to run it in, Achane. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Able to find Achane. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Simply put, Kate, that's just job well done by the defense. You get a completion on 2nd down and go backwards, that's some pretty superhuman effort and want to from this defense.
On 3rd and goal, it's Tagovailoa. Trying to lob that one in, but no luck.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Fourth down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Aubrey puts it through. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Sanders all set to send it away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The New Orleans offense set to go now. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
You know, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Now an inside handoff to Miller. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running once more with Miller. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They're set up at the 35 now. Back now, pressure on its way. That's caught by Chris Olave. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
1st and 10 from the 41. Throwing is Rattler. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Flushed out. And they're all over him. He goes down. The flag goes down as well, though. Let's wait and see which side this is on. So march it forward after they accept the penalty.
Automatic first down.
First and 10 for him now, following the penalty. Running it after the penalty. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here's 2nd and 7. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. So that brings them to 3rd down.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Throwing on 3rd and long. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now we're going to see the Dolphin offense for their second drive of the contest. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Fair catch made here at the 30. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be their football. The Saints come marching onto the field. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. They bring Olave in motion. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 2nd down.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll run here following the penalty. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets a good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And that brings up 4th and short.
I love the thought there and the idea, get your guy in space. But he can't make anything happen until he catches it cleanly first.
They'll bring out the punter here. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. So no return on that punt. And the Dolphins will have some work to do as they take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Tagovailoa off the play fake. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
And he'll get it up to the 27. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Miami.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Tua out of the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. It's a 10-3 ball game. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They have 2nd and pretty long here. He's got Smith. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have. And he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Throwing now. Tagovailoa has a man. It's Achane. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Man in motion here. They go play action with Tagovailoa. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here's Tua again. Got his target. It's Hill. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up here with Achan. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Only 1 yard for them, and now we'll see what they decide to do on 4th and short. Here's Tua. Pass complete, screen play. The ball's out, he lost it. And it looks like the offense got that one back. Yes, they did. They bounce on it inside the 10. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
Achan. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Tagovailoa to throw on 4th down. He's got it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
Handoff here for Miller. He's got room to roam here. Past the 35. And he's going to get this to the 39-yard line. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
They go play action on 1st. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, or you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Coming left is Miller. Across the 45 and still going. And he's finally brought down up at the 48.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, Kate. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that 1st down.
Cut out left. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Throwing off the play fake here. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
From the gun on 3rd down. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Good looking return here, and he's got room. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Dolphins send running back Devon Achane getting back to work. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Two and out from the gun. This one falls incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Running back sent in motion. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Alontae Taylor has it. And the Saints are able to get the return down to the 40-yard line before they're stopped.
Well, they threw an extra defensive back or two out there hoping for an outcome just like this. That dime defense put bodies everywhere. No matter where the throw went, there was a defender around who could have tried making a play on it.
The Saints and this running back headed back out for a new series. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money, a lot of glamour in this league, but today, it's a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Into the hands of Olave. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Rattler to the air now. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now it's second down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes him back, third down coming up.
Okay, you give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their fourth side of this game credit. Because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
Here he is on third and long. That heater is going to fall to the turf. First time this game they've looked to him. And they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long. So for the third time tonight, they're going to bring him out for a field goal try. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range. He's delivering.
He stopped on the return at the 27. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down.
Oh, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Running back, motioning right. Second. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
First and 10 from the 41. They've got a man in motion. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game. Offense.
Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired.
Still first down.
Set him back 5. It's first and 15 after the penalty. Putting a receiver in motion. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Completes this one to Hill. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Dolphins looking for a bigger lead before the break. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Tagovailoa again. Achan reels it in. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
With that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First down, here's Tua. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. Gets him on the quick hitter. He's got to gain a 6 there. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop. Tua off the play fake. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the red zone now. Cut near the goal line. And in for the Miami touchdown. So this solid first half continues for them. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach here, Kate, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. They've come out strong. They've been the ones dictating the tempo, and as a result, they add to the scoreboard.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Dolphins grow their lead to 8. Sanders all set to send it away. Dearness Johnson to return it. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Saints are going to take over now near the end of the half. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. Rattler back to throw. Short pass brought in. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Hits his running back. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Looking to throw, Rattler. Finds him over the middle. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. The Saints calling for a timeout, their first. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 31. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Searching for Chris Olave with that one, and it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Here's Rattler. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Now Rattler. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Rattler setting a throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down. Rattler. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up. A familiar sight in this contest, Bronk. He's out there again for another field goal try. This from 48 on the left hash. Mikatomny's kick is good. And that gets him back within 5.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. He'll throw it. He's on the move. Now here he goes. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first. So we've reached halftime down here in Miami. The Dolphins have the lead. Now we'll send you up to Orlando, our studios there, for Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. This is the final game on the preseason schedule for these two teams. After this comes final cut-downs, and then we get started for real. The countdown is on for the NFL kickoff game on the Thursday after Labor Day. The Dolphins got some strong play out of their quarterback number 1, Tua Tagovailoa. He connected on a touchdown pass in that first half, and that's a big part of why his guys lead at the break.
Thanks so much. Coach, but now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Well, 2 quarters left, Brock, for starters and backups alike to get tuned up before week 1. The second half of our preseason finale is underway. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Dolphins are back on offense. Tua Tagovailoa out there once again. They've got first down from the 31. Running with A-Chain out of the gun. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Really Gay there on the tackle. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Completed over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Third and just 2 to go. Back to throw, Tua. To the left side, it's pulled in by Waddle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Tagovailoa on first down. Hauled in by Waddle. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Going play action, Tagovailoa. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Again, it's Tagovailoa. Able to find A-Chan. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on a screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
First down, Tagovailoa to throw. Has a man, it's A-Chan. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa. Taken in by Smith. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him out in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. A-Chan punches it in for the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins grow the lead coming out of halftime. Devon A-Chan with the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins push the lead up to 12. Sanders all set to send it away. Johnson with a return here. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Here comes the Saints offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Throwing his Rattler. That's into the hands of Moreau. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
He throws a bullet to the center of the field into double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that, and he's there for the interception. Darius Slay has it. And the Dolphins have the football at what looks to be the 37-yard line. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, here's Tua. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Not an open passing lane to be found anywhere. He took what he thought was the best one available, and they still managed to tip the ball away.
Man in motion, out of the slot. Second down and 10, Tagovailoa. Escape, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes him back, third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions to get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense. It just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
He's going to push one deep down the right. They connect on the deep shot. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive jump. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside gets the job done.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Escape. And this is caught. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Dolphins go up by 19. defenders all set to send it away. Johnson now on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Saints and Spencer Rattler coming out for their next drive. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Hitting Olave on the slant. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
From the gun, a give to Miller. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that pass.
Second and 8. This finds Moreau. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Looking to throw, Rattler. This is complete to Olave. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Rattler. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Mickatommy's kick is good. And they get a smidgen closer as it's down to 16.
Boy, that's a familiar path he's taken here. Now the 5th time he's run out and gotten the job done. I know. You'd rather have him be PATs, but it's been nice having that reliable leg to turn to all game long.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Dolphins headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Chain on the inside give. And this one is stopped after getting up past the 35. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. They'll stick with A-Chain. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves them with 3rd and 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd and 2. Now Tagovailoa. H-10 reels it in. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Not terribly complicated on this one. Just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. And after the punt, the offense comes out onto the field. And it's going to be their football coming up. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now Rattler. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
2nd and 10 now. Into the hands of Olave. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Play action on 1st down. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
Man, that ball looked good out of his hands. It just couldn't get through the defense cleanly. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
Throwing on 2nd and 10. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Rattler back to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was... So is the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, hard to come by in this league.
The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They go play action with Tagovailoa. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Throwing again here on 2nd. Tagovailoa. Chased out to his right. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. past the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here's 2nd and 2. Completes this one to Hill. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. We've reached the end of the third quarter on this Thursday night. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the fourth. All right, here we go. 2nd down. First throw for the backup now. Has the connection to right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll be first down, Miami.
We've heard it said, and I believe it's in my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Wright running out of the gun. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Has the Miami touchdown! The Dolphins some likely locked up the win right there. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins stretch the lead to 23. Sanders all set to send it away. Johnson with a return here. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense making its way back out now. Now their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Steadily keeping him involved in their passing game, Brock, but that throw didn't work out the way his earlier targets had.
It kind of felt like, you could see that from the booth, this defense was sick and tired of this running back catching the ball. Yeah. A whole lot more. Separate the football when it arrived.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Connecting on the slant. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first. Hayner now. That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete.
Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Desperation time here on 4th. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen on the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Man in motion, headed right. Crosses the 35, still got more room. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Didn't take a rocket scientist to know, Kate. They want to get the ball in this guy's hands any way they could, not just in the passing game. We just showed you why. This defense not prepared for his impact on the ground.
Working inside the red zone. Able to find right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Throwing now, Thompson. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, it freed that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now, following the turnover. Completed over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here's Hayner. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got to tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Motioning left is their running back. Shotgun now on 3rd down. That's caught for the 1st. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints putting up points in a game decided. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
He's throwing for it. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
Those defenders, well, they're just as excited as all of us when we get to see a 2-point play. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board and can energize a defense and give them that swag when the defenses stop them.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Washington now to return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. Here's again for Wright. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Right again. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice game by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. Crosses the 35, room for more. And he gets this all the way inside the red zone, down at the 19. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, the playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
From the red zone now. He's got it near the 10. Touchdown, Miami. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Dolphins make it a 24-point ball game. Sanders all set to send it away. Return starts from the goal line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. And they know they let points slip away with that fumble in the red zone, Brock. They're looking to get them back here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He finds Johnson. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 and the 31.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Completed to his running back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So it'll be second down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
And he's going to be marked down a yard shy of that marker.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
They bring a tight end in motion right. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. To the air, Hayner. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Second and 1. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down. Looking to throw, Hayner. Catch made by Austin. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. They've got first down from the 31. Slot man motioned over. Still sticking with the passing game. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up. Now it's Hayner. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this one doesn't go far.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. Finds him over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So in the end, it's a Dolphins win here. And this victory is going to give them a nice shot of confidence as they work through the next couple of weeks and prepare for things to count coming up in Week 1. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say so long from Miami.